There are two kinds of coherence that psychologists talk about and philosophers. One kind is logical coherence. It's the logic of argument, and it tends to go one way. You make premises, you make assumptions, and from those assumptions, you derive a conclusion. That's one way that's one kind of coherence. But there is another kind of coherence, and it's what we call associative and emotional coherence. And that is, to give you an example, an easy example of something that is not coherent. When I tell you that Hitler liked children and flowers and was very kind to animals, that feels incoherent. There is something that doesn't fit. You have an evil person, and I have just assigned to him some positive traits, which, by the way, I think were true of Hitler. But they were true, but it feels wrong. It doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel coherent. And that second kind of coherence, the associative and emotional coherence, is what actually governs the beliefs and the opinions and the wishes that we have on topics that matter. And so associative and emotional coherence occurs when a set of beliefs that you hold is also held by people that you love and you trust. And that actually is where beliefs originally came from. They came from a community, they came from people that you love and trust, has very little to do with reasons. Then reasons come later. We have that ability of inventing reasons. And the way that it actually works is that when we have a belief, then we tend to believe in the reasons that would justify it. But it's the belief that comes first. In logical coherence, it would be the argument that comes first. But in associative and emotional coherence, it's the belief that comes first. In many cases, when people make decisions, the decision comes first, and the justifications for it come later. You have a wish for that decision, it feels right, and then you look for reasons. So this is why people do not change their mind. And they do not change their mind because reasons matter much less than we think they do. And the idea that you can talk people out of their beliefs by reasoning with them just doesn't work. And if you think of the last time that you convinced anybody on an important political matter or religious matter, you haven't had many of those experiences because they rarely happen.